Ya Ahlal Kitab, O people of the book, Ta'alaw, come ila kalimatin sawaim baynana wa baynakum, that we come to common terms as between us and you.
In the time of Jesus, the Jews were waiting for this prophet to come. You see, the Jews have not produced another candidate. They are not making any claim to that prophecy. The only candidates are what the Christians produce, Jesus Christ and the Holy Prophet Muhammad. But in the time of Jesus, they were still waiting for this prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18. And the proof of that is, you open the Gospel of St. John, chapter 1, verse 19. And you read there that the Jews sent Levites and priests, learned men, to go to John the Baptist, Yahya alayhi salam, who was in prison, to ask him, who art thou? Who are you? Because the Jews had a number of prophecies. 3. They were waiting fulfillment of 3 prophecies in the time of Jesus. They were waiting for the coming of the Messiah. Masih, Christ, translated Christ. Masih, translated Christ. They were waiting for the coming of the Messiah. But they had another prophecy side by side, that with the coming of before the coming of the Messiah, Elias must come first. Elias is a prophet supposed to have gone up into heaven by a whirlwind. And before the coming of the Messiah, this man Elias must come first. So when Jesus claimed that he is the Masih, the Messiah, Christ, they said, where is Elias? So he points out to John the Baptist, Yahya alayhi salam, that John the Baptist is Elias, or in the spirit of Elias. So they were not satisfied with Jesus' recommendation. So they go to John to make sure whether he is what Jesus is telling him to be. So they ask him, number 1, first question, art thou that Christ, the one we are waiting for? Masih, are you that? Now Jesus was the Christ, we believe that. So he says, no, I am not. He is not that Christ. There can't be 2 Christs at the same time. Then they ask him, art thou Elias? Then he says, I am not. Now this is giving a lie to Jesus. Jesus says that John is Elias, and John says, I am not. Now, who is speaking the truth? Both are mighty messengers of God. According to Jesus, John the Baptist was the greatest of the Israelite prophets. Jesus said, among those born of women, there is not another greater than John the Baptist, Yahya alayhi salam. The greatest man among the Jews, the greatest prophet among the Jews is Yahya alayhi salam, John the Baptist. And this greatest man, according to Jesus, says, I am not what Jesus is saying. So, one of them is not speaking the truth. Can we take sides? No. How can we say that Jesus was speaking a lie? How can we say that Hazrat Yahya alayhi salam was speaking a lie? I said, look, this is the problem for the Christians. Please don't enter into that. It's not our business. Let them solve that problem between Jesus and John. Who is speaking the truth? We don't want to know. But what we are looking for is, they ask him, art thou Elias? And he says, I am not. Then they ask him a third question, art thou that prophet? And he says, no. Amazing. 3 things they ask him. Art thou the Christ? He says, no. Art thou Elias? He says, no. Art thou that prophet? He says, no. Then they remonstrate with him. He said, why then baptizest thou, if thou art not the Christ, neither Elias, nor that prophet? There are 3 questions, 3 negative answers, and 3 remonstrances, remonstrating with him. Why then are you doing this? But you know, the learned man of Christendom, he can't see 3 questions. He can't see 3 answers, he only sees 2. You take any school child of standard 2 and you tell him to read that, he can see 3. He'll tell you, look daddy, 3 questions are asked, 3 answers are given, and 3 times they're saying, why are you doing this if you are not this, not that, not that? But the learned man can't see, his program not to see. You show it to him. You must show it to him. Say, look, simple. Man, it's like a baby class. You know, you're teaching these children kindergarten, Baba bless you. It is easy as that. Art thou that prophet? And any Bible which has what is called a cross-reference, a concordance on the side, any Bible which has that, you'll find the word at the point, that prophet, you'll find a number. And you look at the number on the side, it will tell you it refers to Deuteronomy 18:18. And we know that that prophet of Deuteronomy 18:18 is not Jesus but Muhammad. And Jesus Christ gave them a test, which would like them to apply. He said, for there shall arise many false prophets and false Christs, who will show you great signs and wonders, miracles, False prophets can do that, he says. Many false prophets and false Christs who will show you great signs and wonders. If it were possible to deceive the very elect, even the chosen one of his can be deceived. Such miracles they can perform. Then how are you going to know the true from the false? He said, by the fruit you shall know them. What produce? What do they produce? By the fruits you shall know them. Do men gather grapes from the thorn or figs from the thistle? Do they? He said, no. Every good tree will be good fruit, and every evil tree will be evil fruit. Judge them by the fruits. By the fruits you shall know them.